Hello, everybody. It's Lisa here. So, we are just about to start today's live session devoted to some ideas on how to improve English skills. And while I'm waiting for more people to join me, let me just tell you about these live sessions. So we are doing them weekly on the regular basis. And right now, there are a lot of videos to check on our YouTube channel or Facebook group. So if you missed any of these live streams, you can go to our social networks and see those live streams. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the new session. And if you haven't heard already, my name is Lisa. I'm a non-native English teacher from Russia. And I can see that there are some people from the Philippines. Aaron, am I pronouncing your name correctly? So welcome from the Philippines. Okay, let me know where are you guys tuning in from, because this moment we are just getting started, and it's a great idea to have this piece of communication. So we've got this comments chat, comments box, and with this comment section, you can basically communicate with me. And I'll be really, really glad to hear from you, because every time I go live, I kind of talk to myself, because right now I just see my face on the screen, and that's all. Today's live session will be devoted to some ways to improve your English. Because last time when we talked about international exams, many people asked me to suggest how to practice English on their own, and I kind of figured out that it's a great idea to talk about it. And by the way, I have prepared a really cool presentation and a nice folder with useful resources for you. So stay tuned, stay with me until the very end of this session, and you will get everything. You will get all of these links absolutely for free, just for you to help yourself in your English path. Okay, as I have already said, my name is Lisa. I'm from Russia, and if you are not, I don't know, if you are willing to talk to me, just let me know via the chat box. Where are you from, and where are you at on your English teaching path and maybe English learning path? So let me know, and I'll just proceed with the presentation so that you could see my personal experience and feel that we are on the same page with you. When we talk about our English skills as English teachers, we usually think of like taking classes or self-study, probably. And today I would like to dwell upon self-study thing a little bit more. This is my story, actually. So before 2016, I used to study in a class, mostly. I studied first. I found a tutor just to make sure I progressed more, because I was really, really motivated to learn English, to have more opportunity to work in future. And that was actually not in vain, because my whole life is now connected to English a lot. So it was really helpful. Then I went to university and learned English even harder there. But it was all about me being in a class. And in 2016, I finished my linguistics department and started like my real life. And it was probably the best point to start with, because I just stopped. I didn't want to learn. I didn't want to practice that much because I had no idea what to do with my future. So then I went to China, and you can see some of the pictures from that moment of my life. And in China, I just realized that I needed English a lot because it was not that good. Um, Unfortunately. And I knew for sure that I had to practice myself because I basically didn't have teachers around myself to teach me. So I started like practicing, but in real life communication, because at that time in 2017, I had a lot of colleagues from all over the world. We all worked side by side in a Chinese school, and it was really challenging to express myself because I always like felt like an outsider, and it was pretty difficult. At the same moment, I started traveling around the world, and I knew that I needed English a lot, but I still didn't know how to work on myself. Okay, so I can see that there are people from Saudi Arabia. Glad to see you. Thanks for joining me. And from Myanmar. That's a great country. I would like to visit. Bangladesh. Nice to see you guys. Thanks for joining me. And yeah, this is just the beginning. And if you don't like to listen to my story, I'm just wrapping up right now. And I would like to tell you a little bit more on how to become more aware of your English if you don't want to join a classroom. So basically, my recipe to practice and to enhance my English ability was to listen a lot. Um, I knew that I didn't have that real environment, like native speaking environment, because at that time I was in China, and then I went to Thailand and back to Russia. So I didn't have native English speaking environment. So my choice was to listen as much as possible. And the best source for myself was YouTube. I really love to practice yoga with some YouTube channels run by native English speakers. It was so helpful because I learned a lot of useful vocabulary from those videos. And also they spoke like real life English, not like in course books or in audios from those books, you know. So I feel like YouTube is the best source to practice listening. Hey, there are some people from China as well. Nice to see you guys. China is still in my heart. So I wish I could go to China again. Maybe one day I will. And at the same time, apart from YouTube, I still wanted to get some more topical vocabulary. So I chose to watch TV shows such as Two and a Half Men, How I Met Your Mother, and so on. And they were actually cool as well. Those TV series were, those episodes were not that long, like 20 minutes, and it was just enough to expose myself to some English. I listened to many useful vocabulary again, and to grammar patterns. And like in half a year, I noticed that my grammar improved, but I didn't do anything for that. So basically, I learned English grammar without actual learning. All right, and then let's see what other things I attempted to do. Were some practical things, as a TEFL course, for example. So while being in China teaching English for the first year, I also took this TEFL course online. And it was also quite helpful because I still had a chance to practice some more specific things like grammar and pronunciation, for example. We also had a lot of teaching workshops at work, thanks to our employers in China, because they provided really great workshops at that time. We also had observed teaching practice and peer learning, so other teachers also helped me, and it helped me to become more confident in speaking English in front of other people, because it's kind of the most difficult thing for non-native English speakers to like show off. It's really intimidating, especially when straight A students look at you, or native speakers look at you and listen to you. So for me, those things were really helpful. And apart from that, I traveled from time to time, and I had a chance to practice speaking and listening and reading. And it was also something to add to my English learning. Okay, and right now, please let me know if you have the same kind of experience, or you would like to have something like that. So let me know, please. Okay, so Barbara says that there is nothing like a primary English speaker. Okay, because we speak English and desire communication. Yeah, that's actually right. But there are still people who judge others by their experience and ability to express themselves. And sometimes it is still quite difficult, quite challenging to open and to give like presentations and to speak in front of the audience. And even right now, I feel really stressed speaking in front of the camera, knowing that a lot of people watch it and will watch it. So for non-native English speakers, practicing English is something really important. And I know there are some people who say, I have learned English. And this is the expression I hate, because you can't stop learning English. It's like a long-term process. You have to keep learning, something like that. Yeah, by the way, hello. Thanks for reminding me. I wanted to congratulate all the women out there with the International Women's Day. We actually had a huge celebration yesterday in Russia. It's like a public holiday here. And it's a bit different from the rest of the world because women are given flowers and nice jewelry and stuff like that. It's nothing about feminism, but I still like this holiday because women are praised here. Okay, and then I would like to also dwell upon some formal learning. So apart from all practice, you can still attempt to learning by the books, which I have done and I am still doing. I think it's a really important part of the work experience, of English learning experience. And when you pick out some of the course books, you kind of get to know the publishers and the teaching styles of those course books. And it's also valuable for your teaching experience, apart from your English learning experience. And here you can see two of my favorite course books. The first one is English Vocabulary in Use. I have found this picture for pre-intermediate and intermediate, but these course books are for all various levels. So currently, I actually have it right above myself on the shelf. So I bought this book, a printed copy of this book, just to have it on my shelf and refer to it whenever I want. Okay, and I also really like this advanced grammar in use. I also bought a printed copy because it is so convenient to practice some grammar rules. I really like this one. And I also listed several websites here. And I would like to point out these two for writing. They are really useful. The first one is called, this one, Writing Tips. It is called, I forgot it, sorry. So it's for copywriters, not actually for practicing writing, but to learn how to write a nice copy. So on this resource, you can find useful tips on how to use punctuation. So this is probably the most challenging thing for advanced English learners, how to put all of these punctuation marks. So you can find it there. And I will send this presentation with all the links after the live session. So stay tuned because you will have all of these resources just at your hand. And I hope they will be useful for you. I also want to mention this pronunciation course. So I had been participating in the pronunciation course for like 2 years. I have stopped for some time, but I would like to come back because it's really helpful. It's a self-paced practice, but they also provide some weekly live streams and weekly group lessons, something like that. And it's quite affordable. So for those who are not aware of the pronunciation, it's a great way to practice English speaking. And I also want to mention this resource library. It's a great website. Unfortunately, it's in Russian, but there you can find a lot of useful course books, books and so on in English, which cost quite a lot if you go to a bookstore. But there you can like get a copy. Of course, it's not that legal, but I still want to mention it because we teachers really need to get to know different materials, and only after that buy them. That's my opinion. And we also have a grammar infographics corner on our ITTT website, so you can also refer to it if you want to refresh your grammar knowledge. So it's also useful. Okay. And by the way, guys, I can see your comments right now, but I would like to go back to them when we have a Q&A session. So feel free to write down everything you want to know from myself, and I'll try my best to reach back to you at the end of the session and help you with your problems or maybe with your questions. Okay. And this is another slide related to this formal learning. Oh, sorry. I have to. Okay. So it's quite difficult to speak without breaks. So sometimes my voice becomes a little bit strange. Okay, so if you also want to practice grammar and vocabulary on your own, this course book from Pearson, oh no, this one is from Longman. But anyways, it's also really useful, but it's kind of advanced and a little bit challenging. So I would recommend to use it together with this advanced grammar in use. So if you want to practice advanced grammar and want to refresh your knowledge from the past, there are still some topics that English learners have problems with. For example, I have problems with if clauses, like third condition and so on. And I refer to advanced grammar in use first, read all of the simple rules, and then I go to this course book, Grammar and Vocabulary. And it's so deep and proficient. So it helps me to, I don't know, expand my knowledge on the same topic. And this practice advanced writing is a great resource to learn how to write. Yes, it is from CAE or proficiency exams, but if you don't want to take English level tests, it is still really useful because there are topics related to writing resumes or proposals, maybe some letters, and it's so useful for just real life. So I strongly recommend to refer to this book. And by the way, all of those books will be on this Google Drive in my own folder. So you will be able to download all of those copies. And I hope that these books will be useful for you. And I think that is all what I wanted to. Oh no, this is just another slide. So a little bit more about practicing without English speaking environment. So generally speaking, you can watch movies, TV shows, and YouTube, as I have already mentioned. But it's even more important to look at podcasts and Clubhouse chats. So if you have already started, if you have already joined Clubhouse, you've probably also found some groups or clubs related to your interests. And it's a great source of English. So I also recommend you to use this tip. Another idea would be to read articles or books in English. And um, 2 points at the bottom are my favorite ones because they help to practice productive skills. So if you want to speak as much as it is possible, then it's a great idea to join a speaking club. There are so many of them. I think last year, when we had that problem with COVID-19, so many speaking clubs appeared, and it's so convenient to practice English speaking. And also book clubs. I actually joined a book club in Russian because I've always dreamed of reading extensively, but I've never had a chance to. And I think there are also a lot of book clubs in English, so it's a great idea to look for it. And the last point is it's a great idea to write on your personal blog. You can basically use social networks. For example, I write on Instagram. I don't think there are many people, I mean, there are not many Western bloggers writing actual posts in English. But I know that many Russian English teachers prefer to write on Instagram compared to Facebook. And another idea would be create your personal web blog and start writing there. It will help you practicing your English writing as well. And by the way, I forgot to list another resource which can help you to write better. It is Grammarly. Let me show you how it looks like. Oh no, I'll just send you a link to the group chat, to the chat. So if you use Grammarly, you can check if your writing is correct. Like it will highlight all of the mistakes and errors and help you improving it. So it's a great way to practice writing as well, by knowing what mistakes are there. Okay. And right now, yeah, let's go to the Q&A session. And let me also mention that this is where we share this 30% discount on any of ITTT courses. So if you guys are willing to take a TEFL course, you can simply scan this QR code, or let me send you a direct link with this 30% discount to the chat box. So if you want to take a TEFL course and if you want to start your teaching career, then take this link, save this link, and maybe sometime when you want to enroll into the course, you will have this 30% discount. Okay, and right now, I would like to go to the chat box because I can see there are many different questions. Thanks a lot, guys, for asking me, because that's the most nervous moment for myself, the most stressful, that I won't have any questions and I'll just need to wrap up and finish the session without just answering and helping other people. Okay, so Akbar asks, what can they read to improve English? Well, basically, you can read anything, but it should be related to your needs first. So I would recommend you to read articles in English. If you are an advanced learner, an advanced level of English, you can check out such resources as, I don't know, The Economist, what else? New York Magazine or something like that. So those resources are full of different expressions, helpful for English speakers, not non-native English speakers. So you can refer to them, or you can also read some novels like, I don't know, To Kill a Mockingbird, Dracula, or something like that. Just nice novels you're interested in. And it will also help you to practice your reading and to practice real life grammar and vocabulary. Okay. And as for writing, I have already mentioned that you can look at the resources I listed in the previous slides. So if you need the links, stay tuned. I'll finish this session and drop the link into the chat box, and you will be able to download this presentation and get all of the resources I mentioned. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Aaron. So those English in Use series and Advanced Grammar in Use are really helpful to practice various skills. By the way, English Vocabulary in Use online version, which you can get with your printed copy, will give you an access to the online library, and there all of the texts are vocalized, so you can basically skip reading but just listen to the same theory instead of reading. Okay. Okay, there is Vanessa from Malta. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. And Vanessa, are you a native speaker or a non-native English speaker? Okay. Yeah, that's right. So those resources are really useful. So, so you've asked me if you could prove that your English level is advanced with your bachelor's degree in English. Okay, so it depends actually. It depends on the place where you got your bachelor's degree. For example, I also studied at the linguistics department, and I learned English during the 4 years of my study. And after the university, I was supposed to have advanced level or something, but it was actually not true, because at that time my level was lower than that, and I basically got that diploma from a Russian university, not from a native English university. So I couldn't prove that my level of English was comparable to advanced or something with my degree. That's why I needed to take IELTS to prove my level. Okay, so if you, for example, got your diploma in a native speaking country, then you can prove that your English level is the same standard as from, for example, an international test. But if you got your diploma in a non-native speaking university, then you'd probably need to take an English level test. So good. I hope I answered your question. If not, please provide me with some more information, like what exactly you would like to prove and to whom. Okay. Thanks. Okay, so Aaron adds that Cambridge Dictionary and Oxford Dictionary explain some meaning, but it's not true, and I would like to prove it. So I use online versions of those dictionaries, and they actually have a lot of useful materials and a lot of useful tips for learning not only vocabulary, but grammar and maybe writing, spelling, and stuff like that. So let me just show you. Okay, so I'll stop showing the screen for a moment and we'll show you another. Okay, so this is this is how this lexical dictionary by Oxford Dictionary looks like. And at the top of the site, you can see many other links. And for example, if you go to grammar, there are useful links, for example, usage, and you can look through their articles and see what is interesting there, what is useful there. That's probably the most important thing about dictionaries for myself. Yeah, so you can basically use dictionaries in various ways, not only to refer to vocabulary, but to refer to grammar and other materials. Okay, so yeah, and let's go back to the presentation, but I feel like you don't need it already. Okay, anyways. Okay, so let me check some other questions. Okay, so if you need some materials for IELTS, I have listed them on my resource library, which I will share with you after the session. Yeah, so you will be able to find some of my resources I used when I prepared for IELTS. So I hope they will be helpful. Okay. And let's see. I'm currently reading a question from the chat box. It's just really long, so I won't show it on the screen. So it's about CP preparation materials and some other things related to practicing English in terms of fluency and accuracy. So let me finish my reading and I'll try my best to answer and help you. So, Good has a lot of important questions, and I'll try my best to answer and be helpful. So as for CPE materials, I've already mentioned some of the resources I've been using. So basically, it's grammar and vocabulary from Longman, Practice Advanced Speaking by Mary Stevens. And these two books, I also have been using Objective Advanced, or just let me check it. It's right here. So yeah, Objective Proficiency. It's a course book we've been using in a group. So I don't prepare for CPE on my own. I join a group. And this course book was recommended by our teacher. And the whole course is based on that book. But yeah, you can actually mix and match. And you can also practice proficiency preparation on your own. You don't necessarily need to join a classroom or to find a teacher. You can prepare yourself, but I just decided that it's more helpful for me to study in a group. So just so that I could have some speaking practice as well. Okay. As for fluency and accuracy without English environment, that's also a good question. And I believe you can only have it by creating this environment yourself. So if you want to become fluent and accurate, you need to find some ways to practice English on a regular basis. So if you are an English teacher, it's quite helpful because you can practice English with your students. And even if your students are like little children with zero English, it doesn't mean you have to be like intermediate or something. You have to strive to excellence and practice even harder. So for myself, it's great point of growth, because when I prepare for classes with my students, I always go back to their materials and look through all of the grammar, vocabulary, and stuff like that when I prepare for their lessons. And I constantly refresh my knowledge even on the lower level topics. So I feel like it helps to increase accuracy in English. And as for fluency, it's all about speaking and practicing through this active expression constantly. So probably it's a great idea to, that's actually a great question. I have something useful. I've been practicing for a while. So there is an app which is called Big Woo. It's a simple teletype, or when you input the text into the app and start filming yourself, and you can just simply read the lines out loud and film yourself. It's called teletype, I believe. I think, yeah. Yeah, it's a teletype. Or not. I'm not sure, but anyways, check out this app, Big Woo, on Apple Store or on Google, and you will get what I mean. So you choose a random text, put it in this app, start filming yourself and pronouncing, reading all of the text, the whole text. And after that, you will be able to evaluate if you did good or bad. And after a while of such practice, you will probably see that your results are getting better and better. So if you don't have an opportunity to speak in front of the audience, you can speak to yourself. Basically, you don't even need this app. You can do it in front of the mirror. It's also a way to practice speaking. So you can try it. And previously, on the other live sessions, I've mentioned another app, which is called Elsa Speaks. Elsa Speaks. You can check it on the App Store as well, because it's a really, really useful application to practice pronunciation. There are many exercises to practice various problematic things like pronunciation of consonants, diphthongs, and stuff like that. And at the very beginning of the app, you will get a kind of an assessment of your pronunciation accuracy. Like the app will compare your pronunciation to a native speaking level. Yeah. All right. So check out these two applications and try your best to practice speaking daily. There are also some other ways to practice speaking. For example, right now I'm practicing speaking. I basically don't have opportunities to speak every day, but I practice speaking weekly, hosting these live sessions, and it's also helpful because it helps me to become more confident. And after these live sessions, I can evaluate my speaking, even regardless of the thing that I'm still so ashamed of myself. Like it's really pity to listen to myself at the end of the live session, like going back to the streams, the recordings. But it is still a way to practice. So if you want to have the same kind of experience, think of starting a YouTube channel. I know that many non-native English speakers run their YouTube channels for the sake of practicing English, and you can even go to their earlier videos and compare their results in speaking and see that it actually helps a lot. So if you don't have the environment, you can create it yourself. It's just about your willingness and your commitment. So try these tips and let me know if they are useful. Okay. And the last thing, Good has also asked about the problem when a student has different levels of various English skills. To be more exact, their student has B2 in writing and A1 in speaking. And it's a really usual situation, basically. What I would like to suggest you, Good, is to review your course, review the teaching course you are following with your student. So maybe it's a great idea to change the course books, to change the course book you've been using, because I had the same problem with one of my students. We've been using a course book which content was focused more on receptive skills than productive skills. It's a really common situation with course books. They are not ideal. So you as a teacher have to add on the content. So if you see that there are not many activities related to speaking, related to activation of the other skills. You need to add some more activities. And by the way, if you teach online, I'd recommend you to watch one of my previous live streams where I talked about creating lessons with Miro. It's a great online whiteboard. It's really useful for online teachers. And with the help of Miro, I actually organize interesting and creative lessons which contain a lot of speaking components. Okay, so don't worry about your student being on different levels with their productive and receptive skills. It's a normal situation, and when, for example, we advanced learners go to language tests, we also find out that we have like this many points on grammar, this many points on reading and writing. So for example, when I went to IELTS, I found out that my writing was like falling behind. It was not as good as speaking, for example, which was really surprising to me. But on IELTS, I got 7.5 for speaking and just 6.5 for writing. It was really strange to me. I used to believe that my speaking was bad and my writing was better, but that was not true. So that's just common to many learners, that different skills are on different levels. And the best thing is to test the skills, as you've done already, and adjust the program so that your student could have a little bit more chances to practice those skills that are not as good as the others. All right, so please let me know if I've answered your question. And right now, please let me drop the links to the resource library. Oh no, I have to share the presentation probably. Yeah, I have to share the presentation. Let me do that. And by the way, guys, we've already been 53 minutes online. So if you still have any questions, just let me know via the comments box. And I'll try my best to answer. And we will finish at this point, because we've been almost 1 hour here, and it's a really productive presentation, I should say. It's a really productive session, and I'm so thankful that all of you came today. Okay, so let me just share the link to the presentation so that you could have all of these materials. And I'll also share the presentation on Facebook as well. Okay, so just one moment. And if you still have any questions, just let me know. Yeah. Okay, and right now I'm sending the link to this Canva presentation, which you are watching right now. Try to click the link and let me know if you can see the presentation. At the end of the session, I will also send a PDF file on Facebook so that you could also have a PDF version of this presentation. Let me just point out that all of these links, for example, on this slide, they are clickable. And if you click on it, you can go to the resource listed here, okay? So all of these websites have actual links. And yeah, and this resource library, it's my Google Drive. So if you go to my Google Drive, you will be able to get all of the books I've mentioned today. So make sure you download or copy that Google Drive folder so that you have all of these resources. And I can see that there are no further questions. So just right now, please let me know if today's session was useful to you. And by the way, if you still have any concerns related to English learning, English teaching, just message me right now so that I see it, and probably I'll pick out a topic for the next time to create, like to have the same session for you related to a more specific topic. Because frankly speaking, it's really difficult to think of a topic to talk about weekly. So if you have any questions, please let me know. And I'll try my best to just present it next time. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for coming today. And also, I forgot to mention that myself and Linda, my colleague, who has live sessions every Friday, we are on Clubhouse. And if you would like to chat with us sometime, we can like get in contact, keep in touch there. And maybe one day we will create a room related to TEFL teaching, and we'll be able to discuss in a live chat. Okay, so these are our profiles, so follow us, and I personally will follow you back. We will have a networking. And ITTT also has various, ITTT is also presented on various social networks. So if you, for example, like Instagram or Pinterest, follow us, and you will be able to get updates every day. There are also useful sections on our website. So if you would like to read some other persons, some other graduates' stories, you can go to the website blog and read. Okay. So actually, these profiles are for Clubhouse, but I believe we are also on Instagram by the same nicknames, so you can find us as well. And I also have a Facebook page, so you can direct message me on Facebook, and we can also make friends on Facebook. We can become friends. Okay, so if you want to add me, feel free to do that. I should say I'm really friendly, so I would like to communicate. Okay, so thanks a lot, guys. If you haven't checked the presentation yet, I will post it on Facebook, on ITTT Facebook group. So you will be able to get the presentation from there. And additionally, don't forget to go to the Google Drive with all of the materials I listed. Okay. All right. So, okay, Prudence says that he likes my accent. Oh my God, this is so pleasant to hear. Nobody likes Russian accent. So yeah, I I can I feel like I'll burst into tears right now. Okay, thanks a lot. All right, guys. So it's 1 hour already. I mean, we've been online, we've been live for 1 hour. I think you all have something to do as well. So just keep in touch. I'll go live next week as usual. And I hope to see you again. Have a good day and have a good rest of the week. And bye bye. See you next time.